This is the AeroPro Drive GT from BABOLAT. It was released in 2012, so 10 years ago, or almost 11 years ago. And this racket has the same, let's say, parameters with slight differences. And in today's quality control test, which will be a little bit retro, let's say, a little bit of look back into the past, we will take a look at this beautiful racket with the Cortex system and the GT technology inside. So guys, I will be comparing the racket with the pure Aero 2023 because there are really some differences, and one of the differences is the swing weight, which is really different for this older version. So guys, stay tuned.
Small points, small details that I could have done better if I wanted to win, but that's tennis, so that's life. It was a huge match. Rafa played unreal.
So the AeroPro Drive GT, I think it was the third racket that was created for Rafa Nadal. So it was the, let's say, third generation of the AeroPro racket, and it has the same, let's say, parameters, but what is different, for example, is the upper hoop, which is 24 millimeters. On the newest version, it is 23 millimeters. So the other specs are the same. So 24 millimeters, 26 millimeters, and 23 millimeters in this part. So there is only just the 23 millimeter, or sorry, there is the 1 millimeter difference in this part. But actually, when I look at the frames, I don't notice that. But what I definitely noticed is the swing weight. So guys, I'm not sure if you remember that, but this racket is 300 gram, the balance is 320, head size is obviously 100 square inches, 645 square centimeters, and the swing weight for this beast is 331, based on the numbers that I found on Tennis Warehouse website in their review. So the newest version has swing weight 317, at least that I measured on my machine. So if you didn't see the quality control test for the newest Pure Aero 2023, check it out. It was really good. The weight is spot on exactly. I know it's a demo racket, so they really chose the demo racket very carefully, but it was really one of those best quality control tests I've ever made. So now let's dive into weighting this thing. So this is a grip size number 4. I usually have grip sizes number 3. I'm not sure how this will affect the performance of the test, but I hope it will be okay. So I got this racket from my friend. He has 2 rackets and he needs to restring the racket. And the great thing is that these strings are the same strings that I've put in the newest Pure Aero, so Technifiber Black Coat 1.28 millimeters. So without hesitation, we will jump. Sorry, I need a pencil and my mobile to show you the numbers. So we will dive into the weighting. So obviously I will do the strung thing and then wait for the unstrung thing, because that we will really find out whether the racket is made good based on the specs. So now strung weight. Strung weight is actually not so interesting for us, but I'm doing it anyway. Wow, strung weight 336? You must be kidding me. This is crazy. 336. That's a lot. That's really a lot. Wow, without strings that can be possibly 310 gram. Why? And I put away an overgrip. There was also an overgrip. There is no overgrip. There is no rubber band that was there. So why is this thing so heavy? So that will be interesting to see the weight without the strings, because this is a really huge difference. So let me weigh the newest Pure Aero. 318, guys. So there is 18 gram difference. What the heck? Yeah, it's a 300 gram version. I know that they made previously also the heavier version that was, I believe, over 300 gram. I'm not sure about that, but I believe they made a heavier version. But why is the racket so heavy? So now, balance, strung balance. I know you are waiting for the swing weight. Just wait for it. It will be very interesting to see the swing weight for this racket, but I believe it will be very high. So now the balance, strung balance. It looks like 320, I would say 323. 323 with strings. 323 with strings. So that's quite hand heavy. So the balance is more, I would say, towards the handle, because unstrung it should be 320 and strung it should be around 330. It is 323. And now the highlight of this video. I can't wait to measure it. So I'm doing it for the first time, so it will be a huge surprise. But I think it has swing weight of, let's say, around 330, maybe 333, something like that. And that's a lot. That's a lot for a 300 gram racket. So the machine has been calibrated before the video. 329. So yeah, it's high. It's around the 330. So it's really quite a lot higher compared to the newest version. So I will show you the newest version, which feels like a kinder racket, like a child stick, compared to the older 2012 version, the GT version with the tungsten. Looks good. It's straight. So this should be 317. No, it's 320. It's 321. 321. What the heck? What happened? Well, 322. I'm not sure what's happening. I will need to recalibrate it. I will show you. So this stick is 200 kilograms, centimeters on square centimeters, plus minus 1. Exactly. So I think, and I never ever thought about this before, that I measured the swing weight in my quality control test before I played with the racket. I've hit with the racket for 2 hours indoors on a carpet with a little bit of sand and or gravel or what is on the carpet, and on a grass, on the synthetic grass with sand on it. And of course the dirt can come through the grommets. Also the grip is now more wet, let's say, so there is moisture in the racket. So maybe these slight things can affect the swing weight, so that's why it is so different. But as you see, the machine is perfectly calibrated, but now I'm getting different numbers than in my first quality control test. Anyway, so the swing weight is higher, about, let's say, 7-8 points higher compared to the newest generation, which is really, let's say, interesting. So the racket was at that time really a beast of racket, but also very demanding. So during the time they tried to make the racket, let's say, a little bit easier to hit with. So now, guys, I will remove the strings and I will do the same without the strings. So guys, stay tuned. So while I'm removing the strings, I want to talk about something I will discuss more later, but just to kill the time. So I found out that the string pattern for the 2023 version is tighter in the center section, but it looks weird, guys. I need to say there is something weird. And also what I found out is that the sound of the racket, when you remove the dampener, it's also weird. Like, I'm not sure whether it is just this particular version, but it sounds like the racket is broken. So also what is different, that on the older version, on this version, you can see that these grommets, they have these extenders. So they extend the middle section, the strings in the middle of the racket. And in the later versions, or at least in this version, I'm not sure whether it was like this in the previous generation. I believe not. So these have these extenders. They are a little bit extending the string, so the string bed can be, let's say, even more, let's say, livelier. So these are small changes to the frame that can, at the end of the day, oh come on, they can make a huge difference. So this is tough. This is tough. So, and I need to repeat myself that today I once again hit with the pure Aero 2023. Sometimes the racket is actually too powerful. Sometimes the response is quite awkward. I can't really describe it. It feels like there is something wrong with the frame. I'm not sure. So the response is somehow different from what I expect when I hit some ball, and the precision is not there. So I'm not sure what was the purpose of changing the string pattern. I believe they wanted to make the racket more precise, but I think it didn't really go well. And I was discussing the new racket with some of the commenters, with some of the people they have really great comments and great thoughts about the new generation, how Babolat did make this switch to the softer frame to gain more popularity among, let's say, pure amateurs, and at the same time I came up with the idea that the pure Aero line has been there for, let's say, it started in 2003-4. Rafa started play with the Racket, I believe, and it's like 20 years. So after 20 years, all the players who played with the really firm, stiff Racket, all these guys are now, let's say, in their 40s almost, or they are like 35 or 38 years old, like I am. And maybe these guys, when they want to really continue hitting with the new pure Aero, they need a softer frame because their arm needs the softer frame. So I'm not sure if they are trying to save somehow the community that has been playing with the pure Aero for 10, 15, 20 years, and they want them to continue with the Racket, so they don't go away for another Racket, for a softer Racket, which there is almost no soft Racket on the line, maybe except the pure Strike. So if this is their idea to soften the Racket for the base, for the player base they have now, well, why not? And maybe they are trying to gain more players from the amateurs side, amateurs level, which also these players they tend to play with a more comfort oriented Racket. So it is interesting. I'm a little bit skeptical about Babolat as a company, a little bit skeptical, because I think they need to provide us with newer frames, with newer Rackets, with newer ideas. Look at all the brands. They have massive numbers of Rackets like Head. So look at Wilson with Clash Rackets. So Babolat needs to come out with new technologies, new systems, new shapes, and new stuff, so people can really choose their perfect Racket. So we have the Boom Rackets, we have the Clash Rackets, and other frames from other companies. And Babolat is kind of too let's say old-fashioned, I think. And I already heard a rumor from my uncle, who is a long-time tennis coach, so in Germany, and he has been sponsored by Babolat for a very, very long time. And he told me recently, like 2 weeks ago, when he was visiting us in the Czech Republic, and he told me, hey Michael, I think Babolat is not doing well these days, because they have problems with sales, they have also problems with deliveries, and I'm a little bit really worried about Babolat, as they seem to struggle now, and with the change of the top players, I think that there is no player. Maybe Alcaraz is someone who is really kind of replacing Rafa, but I believe it will not be enough. And one thing what told me my uncle was that, because my cousin, my uncle's daughter is playing WTA, and she's really playing good, and she's playing with a pure Aero 2019. He told me that she's almost the only one on the tour, or among the younger players. She's 23 now, 23, 24. And all the other players, they are playing with Yonex, they are playing with Wilson. Some of them are playing with Head, but Babolat is really going down. guys, going down. So it's not so popular like it was before. So enough speculations, but every rumor is based on something, we know that. So guys, how it is possible that a 300-gram racket without strings obviously has 318 gram? What the heck? What's going on here? I'm confused. It looks like a different frame. And even now when I have it in my hand, it literally feels like the pure Aero 2023 with strings. It feels so heavy. What the heck? What the heck? This is the worst quality control ever. Guys, 18-gram difference? This is a completely different racket. I'm confused now. I'm not sure what happened with the racket. Is it customized? No, it's not. That's crazy. So now the balance. The balance is no, it's also wrong. So the balance looks like 300. What the heck? 312 or 313. It should be 320. I'm confused, guys. So the weight 318, balance 313, and now the swing weight. So let's say the swing weight should be about 290 without the strings, or maybe 295, 200. Well, it can be actually higher, around maybe 300. I'm not sure, because it's always difficult to guess the unstrung swing weight, but it will be over 290, I believe. Yeah, 296. 296 is on the higher side. So 296 unstrung swing weight. That's a monster. That's a monster. So we already saw that with the strings. With the string, the swing weight was 329. So guys, there you have it. I hope it was interesting, because it was super interesting for me to make the quality control test. I found out pretty unusual things. So the old 2012 Aero Pro GT racket has some crazy bad quality control, and I'm still looking at the frame whether it has something different, because I know that they made, and let me know in the comments, I saw in hands of one of our great players from our city. She played also WTA. Her name is, or was, Uhrizova, and she played lots of doubles. She was very, very good in doubles, and I believe she's now a commentator for Eurosport in Switzerland or Finland or Sweden. I'm not sure, on the north, and she played with the Aero Pro drive, but it was some pro version or something like that, and the racket was like 310 gram. So maybe this is a 310 gram racket, but with the wrong paint job. I'm not sure, with the wrong numbers on the frame. So guys, I need to figure this out. My friend has second racket, the same second racket. So when his second racket breaks and he will give me the racket, I will make another one, another quality control test, because this isn't possible. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think about the pure Aero or Aero Pro drive 2012, the GT with the GT technology, graphite tungsten. What do you think about the racket? Did you play with the racket? How does it compare? I think it scored on Tennis Warehouse, the overall score was like 82 points, which is not the best from all the Aero Pro drive rackets and the pure Aero rackets, but it was solid. So guys, if you like this quality control test, click the thumbs up, give me a comment, share your thoughts. You can support my channel by buying me a coffee. Then you can click the super thanks button and you can buy some t-shirts on my store, like the Roger Federer and Serena Williams beautiful artwork on the chest. So guys, that's all for now. It was exhausting, but it was fun. It was super fun. So guys, enjoy tennis, play tennis every time, every day, and don't forget to enjoy the menu a little bit. Bye guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious. That ball was on the line.